Alright, so we're going to do some Automate Chess as part of a live stream. So if this is your first time checking it out, you get 35 points to place your pieces. Pawns are worth 1, knights 3, bishops 3, rooks 4, queens 7, and kings are priceless, just as in regular chess. And the strategy is you have to place at least 6 pawns, and you can place the pawns on the second or third rank, and then you can place any other piece on the first or second. So I may go with a bishop setup here, but we'll see. Maybe I will just want to go with a very funky layout. I like sometimes to have multiple bishops lined up. But maybe I'll try to be funny here and have all my pieces and then just have my king sitting on h1. So I think that's what I'll do. And if the king survives, it survives. So we'll see how this goes. But we will. We'll go with rooks, and then maybe I can have 3 bishops. The math should add up. And they're gonna think I'm gonna place the king here. So sorry about that sound. We will. I mean, I imagine they should want to place a pawn over here. So we have 15 points. We can do another rook, but I want 5 more pieces, so let's do this. Oh, yeah, so and they're so sure I'm gonna have my king there. I know they are. But I'm actually going to do more knights. And then tucked in this corner will be, should we do 1 lone bishop? Yeah, let's do a bishop. And then we're going to place our king in this corner, h8. They do have light square bishops, but we'll see. So like the queen could come, but now it can't, and then the king should run. So the computer plays the game out, and we'll see, you know, they have 1 pass pawn, but I have 8 pawns against their 4 pawns on this side. But super exposed. Man, just giving up the pawns though. Oh, that was a swift loss there, but it was creative. So I may do a rematch and try to play this person with more traditional methods. That's a good game. I'll try a rematch. And then let's do this. So in this rematch, we will go with a bishop technique. And see how it fares. See if it's better than that last attempt. And maybe I will so they're also going to have their king exposed. This should be fun. Alright, let's see where they place. So the computer will play this out. And we will place the king. I guess I want to place it here, but there's no first move check. So we'll place it here. The guy I'm playing, or Gallison, said, "I'm curious." So I have 9 bishops. They have 9 bishops. Let's say 5 dark squares and 4 light squares for me. And they have 4 light square bishops. Yeah, so let's see. I think it's a matter of, will there be any pawns left to be promoted? Because most of the trades should be even trades because they're all bishops. So they have a double pawn, but let's see. So I have 2 light square, 2 dark squares left. They have 3 light square bishops left. So their light square bishops are trying to get behind my pawns because all my pawns are on light squares, and then my king's trying to march forward. And they have one really bad bishop. Now there's being a wall formed around their king. But now, let's see. Trade, no trade. Is it possible to mate their king? No trade. Just got a bishop, but now it disconnected my pawns. Gotta protect that pawn. Alright, so 3 bishops to 2 bishops. They have 2 light squares, but one is really tucked in. So my king could maybe get down there and capture it. Very interesting. Is that mate? No. Would that not have been mate with the king here? Or not here, sorry. Pin it and take it. There you go. Gotta be a Suswan or something. Yeah, you just go. And we're gonna take it and promote. Bishops protect each other. That's a good game. All bishops. Oh, let's see if they want to play again. And they basically was playing down the bishop. Okay, so we'll try against someone else. I think what I'll do this time is I'll leave my king exposed off to a side, and I'll just have all queens, but the queens will be protected. Yeah, so we will build the little queen fortress. And then maybe I should build the little king fortress. So I could have 4 queens and then 1 more pawn just to give the king a little protection. So we will I'm going to place a queen here, and then they're going to assume that the last that the king's gonna go on a8, but really I'm gonna put it's almost like a bomb cloud where you put the king, move the king awkwardly. It just throws them off. They doubled up, but this protects so it won't pull open. So we'll do one single pawn. Where do we want it? I guess light squares are vulnerable. We'll do it here because right now they can't get a queen to check me on first move. Even if they have a bishop, they have to step up. And then, so now we place the last queen here. So this may be all queen's game. Oh, they used extra pawns. And then look, I placed the king in the corner, not real well protected. So I'll have four queens and a 4 or 6 to 4 pawn advantage on one side, but they have a really strong advantage on the other side. And now the computer plays it out. Now trading queens already. I guess that's good for me. It's blocked. Trade one. See if the queens can infiltrate. Just don't want to get forked. Oh, for a bishop? I guess that evened the game, really. Alright, I'm down a pawn, but get the pawn back. If he takes my pawn, I take his pawn. Is this the draw, or do they win? Need to try to get one of these pawns. Oh, it's hopeless. No, it's not. Back. Good shielding by them. Is that a perpetual? No. Pin the pawn. Just that's a good game. The computer should know how to separate the two. Yeah, there you go. Well, we tried. That was almost all queens versus all queens. Didn't get the victory, but it was a good game. Works the king up the board. Okay. try another one. Alright, I'm playing as black this time. We'll do this. I'm gonna have 6 pawns and then rook, 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 rook. And then I'll place the king in the middle. It will run the risk of his bishops taking my pawns, but are they gonna place all straight layer pawns? More of a traditional setup. Alright, so actually only have enough for, yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do rook, 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 and then add some bishops in there. What I want is the most pieces possible just in this box. So maybe I will do a queen. Alright, let's see, 25, so that'd be 21. Do another rook. And then we, well, we should like really, if I were playing right, I would have rooks here to attack both queens, but he can always cover with pawns. But we'll do another rook. And they're going all queens. We'll do another rook. I could have did 2 queens and a knight, but what I will likely do is 2 more rooks. Oh, it's on me. And then I can create a little safe haven for my king on this side. Instead of having it on this side, so let's go with we'll do another rook, and then we will do, this pawn will be pretty weak, and then we'll place the king here. No, here, it'll support. So no pawns on that side. He just almost will give up a queen here. Now we get the, oh, that trades off 1 queen for 2 rooks. Do you do that again? And you try to triple up. That would be nice. Pawns are at danger. Gotta. Okay, can the 2 rooks hold? It's just gonna destroy all my pawns. It's tough. Is it gonna be a draw, or can he actually advance to mate me? I don't know. They would, yeah, it's a draw. So that was all queens versus all rooks, basically. That was a fun one. So, alright, let's go with, see if they want a rematch. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same thing where I have a little box of pieces in the middle. But then this time I'm gonna have knights around the box. I like bishops the best in this automate because they do really well at like honing everything down. But what I'll do is the knights will be able to hop up and out and to the side. So I'll have 6 knights. And I'm going to make it seem like my king's going to be here, but really it's going to be elsewhere. So they're going with a more traditional amount of piece setup. I may actually want to give myself a bishop, but I feel like this may end up just being an all knights setup. So I can do 3 more knights and then 2 pawns. So I want my king. So they're pretty symmetrical, so I guess I'm not going to worry as much. And they only have, unless they will probably add a queen, because I may do the thing where I place my king on h1, which would be bad, but I still like to do it. We're going to stick with our all knights. Well, I want to like have a shot here at least. Put that knight there. And so I should place my king here, but I really want to place my king here. His bishops can't attack it right away, but they can double up. But then it's like double protected. Yeah, let's just put the king here. We'll see how the computer manages this ridiculous setup of 9 knights. They gave themselves a more representative start, but my pawns are trying to get in there to infiltrate. Can the knights protect? And I gotta watch that pawn advancement. Good outposts and double protection by the knights, but they have rooks being able to protect. I don't know if these knights are going to be able to get it done. But now they're working to advance on the king, but they need to protect. Yeah, I can't win this game unless a good fork happens and I promote one of my pawns. So now it's 3 knights versus um, can my king come up the board? Alright. 3 pawns and a knight, 2 pawns and a knight. Can we force them into a nice fork? Didn't capture because it probably would have led to a fork. Is this a draw? No, it's not a draw. Ah, blast. That's a good game now. So it was all knights versus a more traditional setup. Alright, so thanks for checking out Automate Chess with me. It's fun. Some of it, playing proper strategy, I probably would win, but I also like experimenting. So give the channel a subscribe and give the video a like if you like